Mrs. Green Apple, you asked. I'm delivering. Okay, so there's been a lot of comments and I'm trying to catch up on a lot of the things that you guys wanted me to check out. But I have to be honest, sometimes when I'm like following up on a band, I go through and I see something and I think, I just want to check that out because... And so I'm going to take you on that journey with me right now because I was going through and I just saw this. It's a song called Inferno. It came out 5 years ago. It's got 308 million views, which I know by Mrs. Green Apple standards is like, it's a rather paltry figure. They're like, this one's only in 9 figures. But still, I want to check it out because the funny thing is the 2 songs that we've checked out so far, they were ones where they kind of had like a pop video vibe. I said with the first one, Breakfast, which is ironically the most recent song, looked a bit like a K-pop video, and then someone confirmed my suspicion that it was directed by one of the directors who's worked with Twice before. And then the video that we checked out afterwards was Lilac. It had a little bit more of a J-pop band vibe, but even then it was still kind of like them performing in a school with the kind of like very J-pop-y kind of stereotypes. I liked it, but that was what I was going for. But musically, both of them were good, solid pop songs. Now, this is interesting. This is from 5 years ago. And how old is Lilac, actually? I should check how old Lilac is. Oh my god. Where is it? So that's Breakfast. Lilac is from 1 year ago. Okay. So this is going back, and all I notice is the thumbnail. There's 4 people in that thumbnail, and they're all playing instruments. So this is from a formative period in their career. Maybe was there another member back then? I'm expecting maybe it's going to sound different. Maybe. So I'm kind of intrigued. This is the first one where I've seen them actually playing instruments. And it's called Inferno. It's got like red lights. It all looks like very different from what I would expect from the first 2 songs I've seen. And looking through here, it says that this was released in 2019 from their 4th full album. So is this another thing that I didn't know? Did they have like a whole career that wasn't quite as big before and then things suddenly exploded? Was there a change in lineup membership that helped that? I know a lot of you have mentioned about the lead singer and his contribution. I'm always bad at remembering names, so forgive me about that. But I'm going to check this one out, and then you guys let me know. What have I stumbled across here? What does this tell me about their career? And then I swear on the next one, I'll follow up on all those recommendations you've been giving me. But I just want to check this one out. So, come with me as we check out Inferno by Mrs. Green Apple. This looks like it's going to be a very different type of song. Let's see. There's 5 of them. There's so many more people in the band at this point. Oh, again, their love for like changing the time signature there. The love sign me 僕らは歩き慣れてきた日々も問うた夢は安泰な暮らしだが刺激不足上にダラダラ照らすは闇僕らの歩き慣れていた道はどこだ時はたまにシャクだがぬくもりに包まれたら本村があったシルベの方へ思い出すは優しいメロディーDo you know what? I think I've heard this chorus before. I guess I shouldn't be surprised considering it's got 380 million views. ところでなぜ僕らは思考を急にやめているんだ夢は安泰な暮らしだが知識不足は That's really cool use of the backing vocal there to call an answer すがりついたまま朽ちてくんだここはゴーダウナだが傷跡がひりつきたが水面があった光の方へ手を取るは新しいメモリー夜空が湧かすシルベの方へ Liking that? Very gentle lead guitar sound there. I can definitely say this 100% sounds like the kind of song that would definitely rule the charts here. It's kind of like, it's kind of energetic but accessible rock even. Such a big thing there. Ooh, okay, I'll say that. That sort of walking bass line underneath there, how it's quickly changing chords. It's a very kinetic feeling song. There's no complicated twiddling yet. It feels like it's moving around a lot. Like these little changes in the rhythm. That's nice. Yeah, that was cool. That's cool. Yeah, again, they have to get their company logos in. Make sure you know who brought this to you. This was, was this what I expected? I don't know 100% what I expected, but I think this was probably near enough to what I would have, that's a cool first shot. This is near enough to what I think I would have expected if I'd really tried to draw a picture of what this song probably would sound like. In the, it definitely sounds much more like a band song. You can hear it's very much all formed around the instruments, very little production, but you still got his voice is front and center. He still sounds that the same way, and it still has the qualities that are indicative in the more recent songs, especially things like Lilac, in that you're hearing these changes in the time signature and the rate of the chord delivery and the rate that everything's happening, and yet it's all that kind of detailed songwriting that kind of swoops under the radar. It's a sort of when you're a super popular band, you need to do things that are not jarring. And again, this is not disrespect. This is just the way it is. If you're going to be super popular, if you're going to be a band who everyone loves, whether that's by design or not, it's probably because what you do is not going to have all kind of jarring, weird changes that most people wouldn't like. But if you're going to be a good pop band, you've also got to have the ability to write interesting songs. So the real skill of being like this, like what Mrs. Green Apple seems to do, is the ability that they can get these really cool technical songwriting things and sneak them in under the radar, so that a normal person who doesn't want to be super challenged by ultra complicated song arrangements and stuff can still enjoy it. It's still something you can easily take in. It's still easy listening, but at the same time, there's enough going on there that if you are the sort of person who's inclined to regularly re-listen to things, or if you're just someone who's musically minded who wants to look at the way the songs are structured, you're going to find a lot of interesting things in there, in the way the rhythm changed. For example, I say it's a time signature change. It wasn't really a time signature change so much as just the rhythm shifting over the top of the 4/4. So you've got that 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and if you count that all together, then you got 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then 7. So 9 plus 7 equals 16. 16 divided by 4, 4 4b. See, it's a trick. If you probably just looked at me and said, "What the hell are you talking about, Howard?" Maybe you understood. I apologize. Anyway, the point is that it's a clever little trick that manages to disguise these cool little ideas, these cool changes, but keep them in a song structure that is actually quite palatable, quite easy to listen to. It's got a nice melody. It's got his voice, again, as I said before, he's got a voice which is quite high, which means that it's not one of those low voices that is a little bit too gruff or anything like that, but at the same time, he's got a voice that's got a distinct character to it. Just everything about the song feels, I don't know how famous they were at the point of this song coming out, but it feels indicative of a band who are definitely going to rule the charts. It has the sort of quality that I think, you think about bands like Radwimps and Asian Kung Fu Generation and the songs that they did best with. It has that kind of value, but it's kind of got this slightly more cheeky approach to, you know, rhythmic changes, and it does have its own thing. It has a lot of clever ideas in there, but they're all subtle ones that, as I mentioned, sneak under the radar so that it's both an attractive listen to people who like to really pay attention to music and people who just like to have something on the background that's, you know, catchy and that they can sing along to. So a karaoke song of sorts. So I feel like this really does hit all the buttons and makes a lot of sense. And as I mentioned, I don't know for certain, but I pretty much recognize that chorus. I think that's something I'd have heard. I mean, obviously I would have been in Japan when this came out. It's only 5 years ago, and I've been here for a lot more than that. So as a result, yeah, this would have been something I'd have probably heard out and about on like some radio thing when you're walking around a shopping mall or whatever. But yeah, credit. I thought that was a really good fun song. Good rock and roll song. Is it my favourite? Maybe not. I think that I kind of, in a way, I kind of like the stuff that the other songs I've heard because it feels more like they found a bit of their own identity recently. But this certainly is a good solid rock song that gives a hint towards the sort of thing they would move towards doing. But hey, they've gone from 5 members to 3 members. What happened there? What happened, guys? Let me know. Is there some tragic story that I have to hear? Or is the comment section of this video going to get really depressing? You let me know! Make it as dark as you want within YouTube guidelines. Anyway, yeah, so until I do see you in those comments, let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys say, especially considering I'm very new on my journey with this, and I'm following the fact that you guys have been recommending so many things, and apologies, this is just one I picked up myself, but looking forward to seeing what you guys recommend. I've still got some recommendations you guys are giving me to follow up on, and until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of those, well, for now, ciao, ciao.